It's so stupid, it's positively brilliant.
The Brilliant Idiots Podcast.
I know that these arguments have been made before. It's just something that really clicked with me yesterday. So, New York State is proposing change to legislation to make weed legal.
Yes, I saw that.
Okay. They're doing this not because they've realized that this drug shouldn't be criminalized and that this drug can be helpful to people and that it's not really that much more harmful than drinking soda or these other things. They're doing it for one specific reason. They're broke. They need money, so they are legalizing an illegal drug. They are willing to sell an illegal drug because they are poor and in need of money, right? This is the same state, and there are other states that do this, that put people in prison who are poor and in need of money, so they choose to sell an illegal drug.
Yeah, I mean that's the argument across the board
forever.
For marijuana.
Here's my thing: the second you choose to sell an illegal drug for profit, not if they just said, "Listen, we think it's morally reprehensible to like put people in prison for this drug that's really not that bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it legal. But we're not even going to tax it. You can sell it as well. You don't have to take a single person out of prison. Once you decide to profit off of a drug that you put people in prison for doing the same thing as you're doing, is selling it." All those people got to come out of prison,
and that's exactly
instantaneously.
Right. I agree with you. You can't fix the wound until you heal the cut in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by that?
Like you can't properly clean a wound. Or no, you can't put a Band-Aid on a wound until you properly clean that wound. Right?
Yes.
So it's a wound. So now you got to properly clean it. How do you properly clean it? You take, like you say, release everybody out of prison who's in prison for marijuana.
Yes.
Then you put some peroxide on that motherfucker, put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you allow those people who you just got out of prison to get first dibs on the marijuana business.
Yeah.
Get first dibs on the marijuana industry.
Or some sort of like license to sell it or something like that. But I mean, it is just mind-boggling that like there isn't more empathy. I mean, you see how like the governments operate, right? When a government wants to do something illegal, it has the advantage of just making it legal, right? Like, for example, gambling is bad and there's addictive and it tears apart families and communities. Oh, I'm sorry, what? We can't make our budget for the year? Well, make sports gambling legal and all of a sudden we'll bring in some fucking money. Yeah. It is, and that's why people look at government in a lot of ways. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's plenty of politicians that are doing great things, but I think that's why they look at them like, you're just a mafia.
That's it.
You sons of bitches are just a fucking mafia. And when the rules need to change so they benefit you, they'll do it. And then when you want to throw these motherfuckers in jail, you throw them in jail. Now, I know people are going to say, look, they did something illegal. Here's the thing. Weed is still illegal federally. Yeah. New York is choosing to sell something illegally on a federal level in order to make money. Tell me how that's different than the guy who's doing it on the corner.
Well, I wonder, I'm just going to play white devil's advocate
Please
for a second.
because it had me fucking riled up yesterday.
I wonder if New York State is only making that move because Jersey made that move.
And they're doing it because people are moving the fuck out of New York. That's why they're making that move.
And because I didn't even realize this until a couple weeks ago. My homegirl, and I'm not gonna say her name because I don't know if she wants me to, but she told me she got her medicinal card. And I know Pete, our guy Pete Davidson, he always had his medicinal card. I didn't know that weed was even medically legal in New York. I didn't know that.
It might be. I guess maybe it is. I mean, it's decriminalized, right? You could walk around with like an ounce of weed or some shit like that.
That I knew.
And you just get like a fine or whatever. You're not gonna get arrested, but still, it's just. That's crazy to me. You can have people in jail for something that's currently legal, and the only reason you made it legal is because you were broke, and the only reason they sold it is because they were broke. And how does that not tear you apart?
I'm with you 100%. And Cuomo's probably trying to get ahead of it because he knows that on a federal level, at the least, it's going to be decriminalized. I think it should be just made legal federally, but at the least, it's going to be decriminalized because they have, they got they'll be able to have the votes in the Senate. Yeah. Joe Biden's already said that he's down for decriminalizing weed, so it'll at least be decriminalized on a federal level.
What a goofy he is, man. Him and de Blasio, just fucking goofies, both of them.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, how did we exalt Cuomo? Right, as if he was doing this like great job when I think New York has had the highest rate of COVID in all the states.
Well, Cuomo, you know why? Because Cuomo
just talked. He was on a PR thing. He was podcasting. That's what he was.
We needed that at the time.
Yeah, but stop podcasting and start doing something about it. Figure it the fuck out.
He was goofy. He was trying, but listen. I'm gonna say he was trying, but I think what he did was what people needed at the time. He was out there basically holding people's hands, saying, look,
Yes.
I don't know what the fuck's going on totally,
Yes.
but I promise you we're going to get it together.
Yes.
And he was giving us daily updates. So
Yes.
every time he learned new information, he gave the
was
state
telling
new
them.
information.
Yes.
You know why he became a national star? Because nobody else was doing that.
And I wish that he spent a lot more time figuring this shit out, planning hospitalization for when we had this second wave. They've been talking about this second wave for 8 months. The second wave comes, and all of a sudden, where's the planning? Where are these new hospitals? Where's that boat that
No,
was
they
on
did,
the side of the river?
good with that, though.
No, they didn't do good
Yeah,
with it.
because remember they turned the Javiston into a hospital.
And then they stopped making a hospital, and they stopped the boat, and then they stopped. They had churches uptown that they had nurse beds
But I
in, and
thought
they
if they-
stopped all that. They got rid of all that, and then the second wave came, and they were like, "Oh, we're not ready. We got to shut down all these small businesses," and these small businesses are going fucking broke.
Yeah, that's fucked
it's
up.
It's criminal.
Nah, that's fucked up.
Literally,
The small businesses,
if
the
it was
restaurants.
up to me, De Blasio, Cuomo, all them, put them in fucking jail. They deserve to go to
Holy
jail.
shit.
I'm furious about it.
Jail?
Dude. Literal prison.
Damn.
Prison, all of them. Newsom, all these motherfuckers that are perfectly fine, letting these people, mom and pop small
That I
businesses,
agree with.
die.
No,
They're letting them die because
Yeah.
they didn't prepare for the second wave. They're the government. That's what the fuck they're supposed to do. You had 8 months.
Even beyond the second wave, it's like, yo, they didn't even give people relief for the first wave. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't bail out small businesses, you didn't bail out restaurants the way you need to. And it's like, yo, they got the fucking money. If you can give $6 billion to a police department, you can give a couple $1 billion to your restaurant industry, especially in fucking New York.
Especially if you force them to shut down. Like, if you give people the opportunity to open
Yeah.
or not open with your parameters, you know, and you go, this is the safe way to do it, try to make the best of it, that's fine. And then you let people try to make the best of it. But they literally said to them, hey, no indoor dining. It's 20 degrees out here in New York. You can't outdoor dine.
Yeah, I think the moral of this story is whether you're in New York, California, just Americans.
Take
period.
care of yourself.
Take
Because these
care of
motherfuckers
yourself.
ain't going to take
The
care of you.
government don't give a fuck about you like you think the government gives a fuck about you. Take advantage of the fact that, you know, America is a place where it's a free market, free enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? A capitalist society. Build some shit. Do what you got to do. Because if you're waiting on these motherfuckers to bail you out, you're going to be waiting a very, very, very long motherfucking time.